What's up, everybody? This is Casey Bowles, and man, have I been busy. Apologize about the episode being a little late. Just had so much stuff going on. Uh, really haven't had the time to even. I couldn't even get it done today. White Trash Wannabees. We're gonna be on here for this episode. It's probably going to be next episode. I'm not sure. Um, but shit, man, things have been going great for the show, for me. Um, been working doing asphalt outside of this, and man, Razorback Asphalt, free shout out. Razorback Asphalt Paving. If you don't use them, it's your own asphalt. That's their slogan. Uh, yeah, things been going great. Got a lot of listeners. I appreciate all you guys. I actually have a couple shout outs I want to give. First one's going to be to the worthy George. Man, he got me out of a bind in Shreveport whenever I was there. I got lost in the bar. My phone was jacked. It wouldn't work. I didn't have a ride. I couldn't find the people I was with, and I know the people I was with, but I didn't know them well enough to think they wouldn't leave me there if they couldn't find me. And he come through, and I couldn't remember the girl's number, so he let me log into my Snapchat, even though he couldn't remember his password and knew he couldn't. He said, "I'm gonna let you do it anyways. I'll figure it out later." So thank you for that, worthy George. He's a listener. John Elmore always comments on our stuff. He loves the episode. Very active on social media with us. We appreciate it. Yeah, I'd like to encourage you guys to comment on our stuff, man. We want to have more of a connection with our audience, I guess you would say. Don't ever be scared to talk some shit. We'll talk some shit back. You know how it is. Nick's been super busy too, so he's not here right now. He'll probably be here in a little bit though, and I'll get another part of the episode with him. Nick's actually just pulled up. He's about to walk in. I don't think I've ever really done an episode by myself. Y'all knew how weird this shit is. Like just sitting here staring at a computer basically and talking into a microphone, but it's really not that bad. It's almost like, kind of gives me a little, I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. Probably it's an odd feeling. What's up, Nick?
See me almost fall down.
No, I wasn't paying attention. He walked to the door, but he started smiling real big. He said, "You just saw me almost fall down."
I opened the door and I heard a buzz.
The whole point of me starting this off by myself was I was sitting in the house the other night and I started making some connections I didn't have no business making, about just random stuff in my life. And I started thinking about the fact, like the first just like weird thing we got to have, like CD wise, something our parents didn't like, but they let us, have. And it was like whenever I was 10 years old, my parents let me and my brother order the Going South CD off the TV, which was like the most pure D white trash shit you could ever imagine. And my dad hated it. We would not listen to it in the truck. But it's like that same year, man, he let us get Snoop Dogg 2001, the Chronic album. And he usually met in the middle, and if we were going to listen to a CD, it'd be Going South, because he was not down for Snoop Dogg at all. And he thought the whole situation was the end of the world, basically, but Going South was our first time to actually have like a rebel flag, which was like every white kid goes through that little bit of a white trash phase. I'm glad I got that out of the way whenever I was like 10 years old. And I even had one in my window, like a rebel flag in my window. Like, it's stupid shit. Like, why would I didn't realize, I realized, but I didn't realize exactly what I was doing. And it was like the first time we were given something that we could have, that we would possess, I guess you would say. We could possess something that was like banned from school, and like certain people didn't like it. It was controversial. It wasn't even about the fact of like we didn't really give a shit about racism and stuff. It was more about the fact we were just rebellious, being just liking shit that other people didn't like. But I feel like being a country boy and you're that young, like you have outlaw tendencies for things just because, like the rebel flag was way to be a dickhead to someone and then turning around on them by saying like heritage not hate, which is like the dumbest saying in the fucking world because we all know what the rebel flag means. And It's not a valid argument for a racist argument. Like shit, dude. If it seems pretty fucking racist, it probably is. Um, it's really incredibly unhealthy behavior for a kid, but because kids are assholes anyway, there ain't no reason to give them something to also be another dick about. Like Jesus. But anyways, it that also introduced me to like the southern rock genre, like George Thorogood and Joe Walsh. It had a lot of good artists on it, and then once I found out, one time my mom was like, "Hey, like that's Don Henley over there sitting at my grandma's restaurant." And I was like, "So who's that?" And she's like, "The guy from the Eagles. Joe Walsh, that song you like, Rocky Mountain High." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, I can't remember if it was Rocky Mountain High now or if it was fuck, what was the other song? Anyway, it don't make a fuck. One of Joe Walsh's songs. And I was like, yeah. She was like, well, he's in the Eagles and he plays with Don Henley. And I was like, no shit, mom. Like I didn't realize who he was, and my mom handed me an Eagles CD and was like, go up there and like I realized who he was, but not who he was. And she handed me an Eagles CD. And was like, take it to him, and go over there and get his autograph and tell him who you are. I was like, okay. And I walked over there and I was like, hey, Mr. Henry. I was like, I'm Casey Bowles. I was like, I'd really like your autograph, on the CD. I like some of your songs. My mom showed them to me, and he was like, oh, well, what's your favorite song? And I was like, Heartache Tonight. And that's a Glenn Fry song. This is 2001 or so. Not 1980. So Glenn Fry and Don Henley weren't one of the best of friends at the time. But he still just laughed about it and signed the CD. I didn't realize till like years later, the difference. I wouldn't say years, but it took me a long time to realize that the song that I told Don Henley I liked was freaking as a song by a guy at the time that he hated. And rest in peace, Glenn Fry, by the way. They've made up since then. Don Henley would come out to the house, actually. He knew my parents and my grandma, and through like some kind of business deal or something with some land or something. But then they became a little bit of friends, and like they would come in from L.A. or wherever the hell they're from in California, and it was like their getaway. That life out there. He would bring his wife and his kids over to our house, and like we'd set up. They did it multiple times. We'd set up the horses and get all the four-wheelers out and gassed up, and they would ride four-wheelers and horses, and we'd be out there with them, playing with. We'd play with his kids and everything. My sister and his daughter actually were like kind of good friends, if I ain't mistaken, for a little bit, way back in the day. Like, they were kids, but yeah, I haven't seen him in probably shit. It's been 12 years or so, I'd really like to know how he was doing. Even fuck if he even remembers me. But he would come to our rodeos and stuff at the house every year. It was always pretty fun. But the point of that story is like, I grew up with a weird ass childhood, like there's a lot of bad stuff that happened, but there was some weird ass goods to go with that, to the bad. Like, it's just crazy stories about just these weird ass people I met. Like, my little sister was famous trick rider, so I met a lot of cool people through her, like in the rodeo industry, and a couple of musicians and stuff, like Tracy Lawrence. And I met just, golly, man, just all kinds of crazy people. And not everybody's what they seem, like who would have ever fucking thought that Don Henley would want to come to our freaking house, and do all this cool shit and give me stories that most of the time I can't even fucking tell people, because who the fuck's gonna believe that? And then him end up being actually a cool guy, he's nothing like what you would think. Like, dude's really actually kind of down to earth. Like, I mean, he's got an odd personality, but I mean, shit, what more do you want? The dude grew up the same way I did and was handed $1 million whenever he was 21 years old, like, if anything, he don't give a shit what you think.
Damn, right. So right before we started recording, I got a Facebook message from my buddy from high school, was which he's on a MEU right now with a deployment with the Marine Corps. I figured there's no way he's got service to. I've been trying to call him every now and then, get a call back. He finally messaged me on Facebook, ends up video chatting. This dude's in Kuwait. Had no idea. I thought he was gonna be a ship for 9 months. But shout out to Austin Wright over there in Kuwait listening. Said he got Wi-Fi. He said the first thing he did is looked up the podcast and started back where he left off. So I guess we can bring little joy to some people's lives over in the middle of the fucking desert. Saturday, Casey?
Saturday was pretty long. I went to Whiskey Myers Friday night. What did you do Friday night?
Moved a bunch of shit.
I
My
never told
parents'
you about.
shit.
I haven't seen you since, except for Saturday, and like we didn't even talk about what
There
we
was
had
no
done.
time to talk. It was way too
Yeah,
loud.
it was way too loud, and it went real fast. Like it was rapid succession on like events going down. I left Friday from the house about 6, and I went up to Scotty's and I just watched Whiskey Myers. I've had like a badass night Friday. I get there, somebody's pulling out right next to Scotty's. There is parking up the fucking road, like all the way down the highway, and I'm like, fuck, man. I was like, maybe I can find one up close, But if I don't, fuck it, I'll park on the road. But at this point in time, I'd rather just look. And I pull in, and somebody's pulling out, and I'm like, that's great. So I get their parking spot, walk up to the door, and I saw some people I knew at the front of this long ass line. So I stood in what normally would have been about a 45-minute line, got to the door maybe 15, and then get walking in. I didn't even get bought my ticket yet. One of my friends, Michelle Voigt, she's a trip. She's this lesbian girl from Hugh Springs, and my God, she's funny. She's a bodybuilder. She's like built, man. Like you don't want to fuck with her. I bet she'd pop your head with her legs easy. But anyways, all of a sudden you hear Casey Paul's a faggot from all the way across this place. And I was like, holy shit, who just said that? And it was like the one person that could have got away with it in there. And I look up, and she's at the front of the beer thing. So I get in there, and I ain't got to wait for a beer. And nobody said anything to me about cutting. I appreciate that. I don't know who you people are, but do appreciate the fact nobody said anything. I'd have been kind of pissed. I probably kept my mouth shut, but I probably been pissed. But but anyways, I walked into the crowd, and I was buying 3 beers at a time, and everybody was mad at me because they were saying you can only get 2, and I was like, no, that's because you asked for 4. Like, if you asked for 3, it seems like you're just buying yourself 2 and somebody else 1. Like, you're overdoing it. I'm not. So I was walking around with 3 beers all night. And I walked to the middle of this crowd, and I run into Donnie Dodson and Dustin Dodson from White Trash Wannabees.
Who we've talked about before.
Yeah, several times. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned them. But this group was from Hugh Springs. These are all my real good friends from back in the day. There's this older guy, and he's got a great ponytail and a cap on. And he just looks over at me. He's giggling his ass off. And I'm like, what's going on with this guy? And he's, don't tell anybody, but I ate a handful of mushrooms before I walked in here. And just turns around and starts watching the band like he didn't just say that to me. And I was like, okay, I got questions. And we stood there for a minute, and all of a sudden, man, this cloud of smoke just like rolls past me. And I'm like, that's not cigarette smoke. I look over, and it's the same dude smiling his ass off, smoking a joint like a cigarette. Right, just watching the band. There's people looking around at him. Everybody's being cool by the way, sit there. Everybody's looking at him like, holy shit, this dude just sparked up a J in the middle of a crowd of about 200 or 300 people. And,
It's great.
and it's just smoking it casually. Like, normally people would do it, try to show out and hit everybody. No, he's just chiefing down on it. I was like, oh my God, dude. This is getting interesting. Then we hung out with these people that had these buses. They're like oil field people. They were pretty cool. They had some nice buses. And, Donnie and them invited me. They were like, dude, be at our house at 11 o'clock. And I showed up at 10:30, and Nick was an hour late. And I get there, Donnie was asleep.
I feel bad about that, by the way.
You should, man. We got to the show right on time.
We still got there.
We still got there. It was raining when we got there, so we had to figure out where we were going to set up anyway, so it kind of worked out in our favor. But man, the ride up there was fun, dude. We had just as much fun every time we got in that Tahoe as what we did at all the shows. It was great. I didn't know what I was getting into really. Like they vaguely explained that we were going to like a biker deal. That's all he said. He said we're going to do a biker deal. We got to play there, and he said then we're going to Circle M Crawfish. And I was like, I like Circle M Crawfish. We'll go there. And oh my gosh, was just so many things that happened in between.
We didn't have our vehicle, so like we couldn't just leave.
There wasn't one time I even thought about leaving, though. Not one time was I ever just like, man, I wish I could get the fuck out of here. No,
Yeah.
I was supposed to go take a nap in the Tahoe. I had that thoroughly planned. I was going to take a nap in the Tahoe at some point in time. Nope, never took one.
we were all over at this biker bar, and they're all set up. The bar's a house. It's a gutted house. I don't know if you noticed that from the outside.
It was,
That was
yeah.
straight up a house. And we pull up, walk out back where they had all these. They had a bunch of tents set up. There was
Gumbo.
it was a gumbo cook off. Well, there's this. Was a gooseneck trailer was the stage. Walk up to the soundboard, I guess, the DJ for the day, and I look behind him, and there's an old dude
Sorry, I got
sitting
a
in a
phone call.
chair. It was an old dude, and they're all wearing cuts, so this looked like some shit straight off Sons of Anarchy. He's sitting in a chair, and there's this chick just got her shirt up, titties in his face. Like, man, I don't know if anybody else is seeing this right now, but it's what before 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I think we got there about like 1:30, 1 to 1:30, something like that. And we immediately started pounding beers.
I was like, this is the start of my day. This can't be good.
I don't know what story to tell y'all. There's a couple of them I probably can't. There was one good-looking girl in the whole place, and we come back in from her like being across the bar from us, and she just was sitting at our table. And she really wasn't that good-looking. She was
It's
decent.
good looking for a biker bar.
Yeah, it really was. I was surprised. They were nice people though. It's her and two of her friends, and they were all really cool people. Uh, all the people we met, no, we got questioned when we walked in though. They come up to us and was like, "Are y'all with the band or something?" And we were like, "Yeah."
We're the only, like the band and us, so 5 people total, the only people not wearing leather.
Yeah, we stuck out like a sore thumb, man, and we were just dressed normal. Everybody was nice. The gumbo was badass, man. I got several bowls of that gumbo, man. There were some people there from like there were people there from all over, man. I met some people from Houston. There's people from Tyler, Gladewater, of course. I think there's people from like another state. I can't remember where they were from, but all of them are really nice. There was a barbecue. Then people with the barbecue sandwiches, son. It was great. Definitely had a good time there.
When they started, shit, there was what? It went from 2 people in the bar to nobody in there but the bartender, and they just kept playing, and all of a sudden it got packed, dude.
Yeah,
At
they
one
played for
point, you
about
couldn't even walk around.
it was about 15 minutes of literally nobody but us sitting there listening to this wild ass rock band just rocking the fuck out, playing good ass music. And the bartenders behind the bar, who wasn't bad looking at all for a lady that was probably late 50s. She had on a see through shirt with a purple bra. I liked
And
it.
some big old titties, man.
Big old titties. Tig old bitties.
She was fine. At one point, when she walked up, she was like standing between my legs, and I was like, I feel like I'm about to get shot. Like this got to be somebody's old lady.
That's it, y'all had a pen. They were awesome people.
Shit, the first break Donnie took, everybody walked outside the deck. Man, we walked outside too. You know, bar was empty. See what's going on out there. Walk out there, and there's what?
20 or 30 people out on this
Yeah, at
deck.
least 30 on a small deck, and I would say 60% of them were smoking weed.
Oh, good
Yeah,
60%. It was just like a bunch of
60% had their own joints.
yeah.
Probably
People had them in their ears. That's what we
85.
noticed. Like we've been walking around this place, but I guess we just really didn't notice. There's people with joints behind their ears everywhere. But I wasn't looking for that. I was just hanging out, just like I'm gonna get some of this gumbo, drink me some of these Budweisers. This is the fucking white trash Wannabees. This might be a good ass day. And man, did it get a lot better. I didn't realize what time it was. We actually didn't get the whole episode recorded with white trash that we wanted to, pretty much because we were all yelling for them to keep playing. And we forgot the bar actually has a time. I wasn't thinking, like we were about to have to get the fuck out. So they ended up playing through our whole thing. We didn't even start recording. We got about 10 minutes in on one of the breaks, and we'll play that here in a minute. And they were like, "Hey, y'all gonna go back on?" We were like, "Yeah." And they went back up there
Shit,
and
they stayed
played.
open another hour.
Yeah, they were supposed to close at midnight. They were like, keep playing. We're not gonna close till 1 if y'all want to. And I'm agging it on, knowing I actually got shit to do. It was this good looking older lady that kept hitting on me. She had a boyfriend. She was sitting with me. I don't think he didn't talk to me much. I don't think I think he might have noticed.
There was this. Okay, so there was this chick. As we were in the dance floor area, right outside the dance floor, there were some tables. There was a chick waiting those tables, and I kept the whole night. I said, like, you know what? I'm gonna say something to her. Like, I'm just after this song, after the next, I'm gonna go piss and then go talk to her. I just kept putting it off. Like 11:30 rolled around, this bitch disappears. I'm like, well, fuck, I missed my shot. There was plenty other good-looking women in there. I want to talk to this one, and I asked the bartender and the owner of the bar. Nobody could tell me who this chick was. They were trying to tell me our waitress was serving those tables. No, I described this chick. Nobody knew who the fuck I was talking about. So there was a ghost there at Circle M.
Oh, I was like, where are you getting at? There's a ghost waitress.
That or I was that fucked up.
I was hammered, man. I was drunk. I didn't think I was gonna make it. About halfway through Circle M, I was like, I ain't gonna make it through this whole thing. Like, I'm about to have to go pass out. And I sobered up, and I was like, huh. My drunks kept coming in phases. Like, even at the biker bar, like, I'd be sitting there for a minute and be like, man, I'm fucked up. I gotta quit drinking. And then I'd keep drinking, but then all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm good.
Not to mention, we got fucked up and then had to carry all that equipment back out.
Oh, man, yeah, we had to help them.
That
we're
shit's
drunk
heavy.
as shit. Yeah, everybody's hammered drunk, and we're all staggering around trying to get this equipment out. We got it done pretty quick, and we didn't damage nothing. I'm sure it probably looked terrible. They were nice to us. Circle M was great. Shout out those guys. Shout out the biker place we went to. I don't know.
The whole time, me and Casey kept looking at each other. We were like, I love this place. Like, there was a house beside it. Casey kept talking about renting out.
Golly.
Man, that was really a blast.
I never want to spend a whole day with him again. We got to go to the Kilgore Crater.
I'm down with that, but I'm going to need at least 6 months to recover from going out a whole day over 20.
I guess I can take
or over 12 hours.
I really didn't feel that bad yesterday. I mean, I was all right. I got drunk. I got drunk yesterday.
Fuck that.
I forgot about that. Yeah, oh, man. I went to On the Border, drank a beer there. And I went to Hooters, drank a beer there. And I saw that my cousin Lane on Snapchat, that he was at Fat Jack's. Lane Elliott.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so this is going way left. So I go to Fat Jack. I didn't even tell him I was coming. I was like, I was just sneaking on this motherfucker. I come in, and he's like, Casey Balls, and we start hanging out with these people. And this one dude kept making fun of me. First time he met me, I was wearing a scarf, but I told him he couldn't wear a cowboy hat. He asked me, he said, "You think it'd be okay if I bought a cowboy hat?" I was like, "No, man, I probably wouldn't." And he kind of got mad at me that night because he was drunk. But it was funny, like. It really did hurt his feelings, but he really wasn't mad about it. But he did say something. He did keep talking about it. And he kept telling me, he's like, "You just wearing a fucking scarf, though." So I don't know why your opinion mattered that night. Like, he was like, "You're wearing a fucking scarf." And anyways, Lane's like, "Hey, man, WrestleMania 35's on tonight. Would you like to come to the house and drink with us? I got some girls coming over."
What?
Yeah. And so I'm like, dude, I'm not a big wrestling fan. I can't believe y'all are. And he was like, "Oh, dude, yeah, we love wrestling." And I was like, huh. And for some reason, I'd heard about it all day long on Facebook, but I've never in my life heard somebody mention that in public. I don't think in my adult age, I don't think I've ever heard somebody go, "Hey, man, are you going to watch WrestleMania tonight?" I don't think I've ever had anybody say that in my adult life. And I saw like several people talking about it. I was like, huh, what's going on with this? Well, I stay at Fat Jack's probably about 45 minutes after Lane and them leave, after they back. I told them my mic would come out. And they gave me directions. I said, give me directions. I said, then send me a pen, but you got to give me directions. And he was like, all right, here's the directions. He told them to me. I get there, and Lane's hammered drunk. I got video of them wrestling, and it's the funniest shit you've ever seen. Because the guy getting slammed and stuff, can't walk anyway. He's so drunk. He passed out on the couch for like 2 hours last night while we're all sitting there talking. Like, he's just laid out on the couch. It was a blast. We watched WrestleMania 35, and it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I got into it. There were several times, like, the whole living room got quiet. We was all just like, whew. But then I left when the Ronda Rousey, but oh my God.
You called me a redneck for watching NASCAR, and you're going to go watch WrestleMania at a WrestleMania party?
There was girls there. And I sat and talked to them because they didn't like WrestleMania either. So really, the parts I did watch of WrestleMania, I thought were good, but I was really kind of preoccupied a lot of it. Whenever the girls left, and I think I lost interest in the whole damn place because I was like sitting there looking at TV, and Ronda Rousey and these other two bitches been going at it for like 30 fucking minutes, man. I'm fed up. I'm like somebody die or something. Like, this is going on this long. Like, I had better see some wild shit. And I didn't. I left. I don't know who won. I don't know nothing. I left. I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't. I don't know. I think maybe I was just more interested in the women there. And that helped with the WrestleMania. And I didn't realize it till all the women left. I was like, fuck this. But Lane and Jay, all them were cool motherfuckers, man. They were a blast. Lane had gone to bed too. Lane went to bed before, like, it started winding down before the girls left. Lane had went to bed and passed out. That other dude was done, man. He was out. So it was like me, yeah. So it was like me and Hunter and Cody McGee. And Cody McGee's fucked up. He's one passed out. He's going in and out. Like, sometimes if you say something, like, he'll throw an input in, like, you never knew when he was going to be listening.
I've been there.
Yeah, and it was they were wrestling. The wrestling shit was funny, man. It was hilarious. Like, they destroyed this living room, and there was Cheerio. I don't know how the fuck Cheerios got involved. There was Cheerios all over the floor. I was trying to get somebody to slam somebody through the beer pong table. Nobody did it. And me and Hunter put a chair. Now think about it. Was kind of mean. But we had put a wooden chair underneath the beer pong table that was like an inch shorter than it. So, like, it would, like, nobody was going through that table. That table would flex a little bit, but they were fixing to hit something like rock hard. And we were trying to get them to slam one of the other ones through the table. Now I think about it, it's incredibly mean. Thank God nobody slammed anybody through the table. Holy shit, that would have hurt. Could you imagine getting choke slammed onto a solid object and not knowing it's coming? Thinking you're about to go through with it thin.
Oh, God.
It was going to be funny, though, man. They were being rough as shit, dude, so I really wouldn't feel bad about it. Hunter tackled Lane. I thought Lane's soul left his body for a second. I mean, Hunter goes from telling them, guys, I still got to live here because this house is getting destroyed. And these are all the guys that do live there. And they're the ones wrestling. And he's like, I still got to live here too, guys. I destroyed everything. And then all of a sudden, Hunter walks around the corner to where, like, nobody can see him but me. And he gets down at football stance and says, shh. And just takes off running full blast and tackles Lane onto a couch. And then picks Cody up and body slammed him. Oh my gosh, dude. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Hunter's a big boy.
I know. He full of, and then Lane's a little bitty fucker. Tackled the shit out of him, man. I thought he hurt him. I really did. I think that Cody dude might have, because he was like drunk, can't move, and he's just getting slammed every couple little bit. I think he might have had internal bleeding or something, man. I hope their both guys are still alive. I haven't talked to him since.
Definitely got a little case of CTE going on.
Went CTE.
Do you leave the house? The brain condition all NFL players.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they definitely got that.
That's some serious shit.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I know it is. I got it. Tick.
I don't know how you couldn't.
How are you going to sit here and tell me it's not serious? I know it is serious. I know it's serious.
You didn't know what it was?
Well, I wasn't thinking. That was random. I wasn't thinking that they were getting, like, concussions. I was thinking more like the stomach area. That's where they were blasted in. Jesus. They were low hits, man.
You can get a concussion from fucking a lot of shit.
They might have, come think of it. You guys probably get CAT scans.
Actually, you know what? Don't. Just.
I feel like the people that find out are always worse off with it. I knew I had it. Man, as soon as it happened, I got my shit done. They were like, yeah, this isn't just going to heal up. I hit face first in the pavement, though, like going like 35 on a four-wheeler. It catapulted me. And then my brain hit the front of my skull real hard.
If your head gets bumped around after you already have a concussion, like
Your
brain literally
flipped
the switch.
Specific I remember stuff we did and stuff, but yet how many times do you see me just not be able to remember somebody's name? That's somebody close to me, man. I'm pretty sure I've gotten stoned and like forgot your name just sitting here before.
Well, the frontal lobe also, if it gets damaged, it'll make you really impulsive.
I thought about that, man.
So
I am incredibly impulsive, dude. I would have, sometimes, man, it's just, seems like a good idea. I'm doing it right then. Like, I don't hesitate.
you call it a good idea.
Yeah.
I feel like there could be a few debates on your decisions.
At least there is a debate on them. It's not just like, no, that was stupid. So I'm doing good. Why you look disappointed? That's a good point.
Dude, that biker bar, all of a sudden, on like their second break, we're all sitting around, and I hear somebody come in, and they said, hey, man, get out here. They're about to pull Mitch. And I looked around at Jay, the drummer, and Casey. I was like, did they just say they're going to pull somebody? They're like, no, I think they're talking about the titty contest, which, side note, they had a fucking titty contest.
Yes, they did. And it actually wasn't that bad.
But
there was some bad ones, but there was also some good ones.
But we looked around for a minute. I was like, I'm hearing shit. And all of a sudden, I hear a motorcycle crank up. So we all go outside, and everybody's packed on this porch.
And they're hammering down on this motorcycle. I don't know how they burn up.
So they had the prospects. A couple of them took their shirts off, a couple of them didn't. They put a helmet on, and they were strapped to the back of the bike. Like they had a strap tied to it. And they're holding on to this strap and getting pulled around.
Because it was raining the entire time. This bike's not getting good grip. They finally found a place that got good grip. And then they were pulling the shit out of it. And then guys were getting covered in mud.
They had 2 or 3 guys pushing the motorcycles.
To get them going. Yeah, and then once they got going, it started going pretty good. And then, man, it was crazy, dude.
I felt unsafe a couple times, but overall, good experience. Like, I was halfway through a conversation with one dude, and he was talking about how he just got done serving 7 years in prison. Like, just got done.
I asked a guy how bad his eyelid tattoos hurt, and he said that didn't hurt that bad. He said the worst one was his finger, and the one on top of his head.
And his ear, he got the inside of his ear tatted. His whole
said,
ear
he
tatted.
He said his ear and also his foot. He said he got one on his foot that hurt pretty bad. That was like a mean looking dude. That guy was a dick to Nick there for a second, which tripped me the fuck out. He was laughing with me like he wasn't actually going to do nothing, but he just couldn't be nice to Nick there for a second. He just wanted to be a dick to somebody, so he asked Nick to move. And Nick...
No, I was already fucking moving. Before he walked up, the dude had one leg, and it was hard for him to get down the aisles. So I was like, I'm going to get up and move for this guy, get out of his way. Well, he saw that, and he was joking, but like...
But serious. He was joking, but he wasn't joking.
It started off with him joking, and then the dude that was with him, like, ran over and picked my chair up. I'd already got up, or I would have probably got killed that night.
I'm not going to lie, I probably wouldn't have helped you, man. I probably had to stay out of that one.
He picked my chair up and slammed it down, like, moved it over.
To be honest, you had been in the way for a long time. I even noticed it, but I didn't say nothing.
I've been what?
You had been in the way for like the whole time we were there. And I guess like maybe and you had to get up a couple times to move for those people. And I was like, maybe he he just needs to move his chair over to my table. Like,
I honestly didn't know I was that far out.
like I said, I had seen it, but I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. But yeah, that's why he did that. But he kept looking over at me and smiling and laughing about it because I was rolling the whole time. Like, I couldn't help myself.
It really killed my vibe for about 10 minutes.
I looked over. That's why I remember I looked over at you and I was like, it killed your vibe, didn't you? I said it made my day better. Oh, man. I thought Nick was going to beat up by a biker there.
Because biker? What do you do? Talk shit to the one-legged biker?
Yeah, with eyelid tattoos.
And the whole fucking bar pulls out their Bowie knives that they had
adamantly strapped on their sides. Adamantly.
Large knives.
I had so much fun. Other than that right there, our day went completely smooth. And we got too drunk, didn't get to record the White Trash Wannabe very much. But
still overall good experience.
Oh, yeah.
Which the White Trash Wannabes are playing at Fat Jack's on Saturday night. 9 o'clock.
White Trash Wannabes, Fat Jack's Oyster and Sports Bar. My Friday night, so Donnie and them were starting to wind down at Scotty's, and Scotty's had done closed, of course, and finally the traffic gets out, And I was like, guys, I think I'm about to head out. I was like, I'm gonna go buy shooters for a minute, and it was like 12:30. It was late, but it wasn't just too. Cause I get to shooters, this bitch is packed, and I'm sitting there looking, and I see this girl walk through, and she's got on a flat brim cowboy hat. I don't even remember what color shirt she had on, but she had on leopard print bell bottoms. And I was like, holy shit, I'm talking to her. Well, she walked in with a dude, and I thought she was with the guy. Apparently, it was just like they weren't even together at all. I didn't even know each other. And yeah, I think I walked around a couple of times. And I saw her standing at this spot, and I seen some guys walk up to her at a table, but like there was two beers sitting there, and I didn't think nothing of it. And I walked around again. I seen her by herself. I was like, now's my chance to talk to her. I don't care who she's with. And so I got talking to her, and I'm like, hey, this bar's gonna close here pretty soon. Let's go up to the truck real quick. Like we're about to go chill in the truck for a minute. And she was like, is it fine if I bring my beer? And she just started stuffing her beer in her purse. And I was like, and this girl's got like long, dark black hair. I mean, like like blacker than this damn thing right here. Like it is black ass hair. And I was like, man, dude, like you're gorgeous. And we sat in the truck and talked for like an hour and a half. Seriously, that's all we did. Sat in the truck, talked. That's it. Just bullshit truck. I didn't leave shooters till 4 a.m. Fucking wild, man. I don't remember her name. I ain't got her number.
What? That didn't cross your mind at all?
I put my number in the phone. I never got a text the next day. Some bullshit.
That's rough.
Yeah, I know, man. She smoked a lot of my weed.
That's rough.
Yeah, I got used. I got used for a good conversation. And what did you do last week?
What did I do last week? I went to NASCAR last week.
Yeah. You did, didn't you? I keep forgetting, man. I'm telling you, my memory's bad. It's fucking CTE, man.
Yeah, NASCAR is pretty lit, man.
How'd that go?
It's
Yeah,
always
tell
a
me
good time
about
in
it.
NASCAR, dude. The drinks are really expensive, but you can bring a cooler in. So I got like 6 beers deep and decided, it's still like 11 o'clock in the morning. Decided I'm going to hit up this mixed drink stand, see what's going on. They had fucking Bloody Marys and spiked vodka. So I got the vodka, or spiked lemonade. I got the lemonade, added 3 extra shots to the first one. The day was on. Like, you can't smoke in your seats. So, like, our seats were really close to the entrance. I walk out there, and I'm standing there, and I hear this sound. And I know this sound. It's a lighter beating out a one-hitter.
A lighter beating out a one hitter, man. That is a unique sound.
You can hear that lighter on the middle, and I'm like, man, I know that sound. And I'm looking around, I couldn't find him. And I hear lighter again, and I'm like, I don't know, it seemed long for a cigarette. And he lit it a few times. But I turn around a third time, and this dude is showing this other guy. I finally find him. This dude's showing this other guy how a one-hitter works. He's like, yeah, man, you just grind up your weed, and you take this in this box, and you just squish it down in there, it packs a bowl, and he hands it to him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, there's literally, I don't know, I don't want to make up a number, close to 100,000 people there.
I have no clue. I've never been to.
The capacity,
I was a kid.
The capacity at Texas Motor Speedway is like 180,000.
Jesus.
So it's at like half. It's half full. It looks empty, but there's still damn near 100,000 people. But there's people all around them, man. They're just cheaving down on a one hitter. The kids running around. Those people ended up sitting right behind us.
Did y'all sit in chairs or y'all in the infield?
No, we were up in the stands.
Oh man. Yeah, I heard the infield.
Yeah, infield's lit the night before.
Yeah, I heard it's lit the day of.
Yeah, it going into the day of, but like you want to watch the race from the stands so you can actually see. But the TV there, it's called Big Hoss TV. Like you can see pictures of it. I forget how many square feet this thing is, but it makes a billboard look like a Coke box, like a 12-pack box.
From what I hear, most everybody's like got their campers set up where it's got roofs on them, and then there's a party going on the whole time, and everybody's watching the race and partying. But if you're like me and don't give a shit about the race, you can just walk around and just get fucked up.
Yeah, but the true party is the day before, at least the day before. Like big races like Daytona and Talladega, like they're partying the whole week
Yeah,
before.
but I mean Texas Motor Speedway. I know people that specifically go there just for
Yeah,
the infield. Like they don't even
yeah,
go.
we were gonna go the day before, but another dude being Chan we're going with like had his kid or some shit, and
I haven't bought it. They say they have a camper they take up there. That'd be fun. It's Kyle, my cousin. My cousin Kyle does some cool shit, man.
Texas Motor Speedway's a blast.
I got a
It's fun
voicemail
every
from
year.
Charlie Robinson one time from Kyle. They were hanging out with Charlie Robinson in McKinney, Texas on a tour bus, and I got a voicemail from Charlie Robinson.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I guess that could be our music topic of the day.
yeah, Charlie Robinson, everybody. He had to retire, but
Yeah, that's whack.
yeah, it's really whack. It sucks. I feel bad for him. Actually, he's doing good, man. On all his, well,
I mean, he's healthy, but
yeah. You know, like his posts are usually like now he's like a spokesperson for Texas country, which is good. They need that.
oh shit, I forgot about what Donnie was telling us that video. He talks about it in that when we got to sit down and talk to him, but now I just remembered he already talked about it.
The white trash wannabes ended up on X videos at the Backer rally at the rally at the crater in Kilgore, Texas. We watched a lot of the video in the van. It was funny as shit. It was great. And they're playing casually, like they're acting like nothing's going on. There's like 6 girls in between them, all butt ass naked. And they're acting like nothing's even happening.
And we asked him,
It's
how
way
to-
wilder than you could ever imagine. I'm not going to explain the explicitness of this video. There was fluids everywhere. It was just crazy. It was pandemonium.
we asked him how to find the video. He's like, oh man, you just go to. He's like, oh man, you just go to X videos, type in Biker Rally. He's probably the first one on there.
He's a trip. He explains stuff so well.
And Dustin was typed in Biker Rally. He's like, oh shit, man, we were the first one. What did he say, like 96,000 views?
Yeah, they had like 20,000 more than what they thought. Don was like, it's like 70,000 views. I mean, it ended up being like 96,000. He's like, shit, dude, mine's got like 8,000. I keep up with that. Like, you're over here, like, now you're keeping up with Jesus, man. I'd at least look at that video once a week to see how many list viewers I had on it. It's a big deal to be like the first bike rally video on X2, X videos.
X videos.
You can find my video on. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
That's a good trio, man. Dustin and Donnie are good alone, but throw Jay in there, man. Jay's such a mysterious person.
He owns his own business. He ain't got to do that.
I feel like there's so much to Jay that we'll never know because he doesn't talk much. Like he didn't tell us he had his own business. Like we had to ask.
Yeah, I was like, "What do you do for a living, man?" Because he had a nice truck. He don't like nice clothes and stuff. And I was like, "That jacket's like $300 jacket. Like, you're in a band. You just shouldn't have that much money." And I was like, "What do you do, man?" And he was like, "Oh, well, business." I don't remember what it was, but
Something about
something.
equalizing the air.
Yeah,
He's like, you ever been
air equalization?
He's like,
That's
you ever
what
been
it
in a
said.
room like you go to open up the door, it feels like it's suctioned, like can't open it. Like I fix that.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said. I couldn't remember for the life of me what that was, and yeah, I remember him explaining it to us, and I was like, man, it's a very specific business to get into.
Yeah. I wonder what prompted that. I was like, well, I should have asked that, man. It doesn't intimidate me, but when he gets to talking, it seems like it's so weird. You don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, she's just like, what does he got to say? I always listen, man. He's always got something interesting to say about
Somebody's
it.
always smiling.
Yeah, I think he just lives like a really good life, I think.
Mysterious man with the white trash wannabes.
Mysterious drummer.
I was honestly expecting my hearing to be a little messed up after sitting in front of those speakers for all day.
I think mine is, man. My ears feel stopped up. I don't know if it's from all the drinking or if it's from the music, but one way or another, I had fun. It was both worth it. I just hope I don't get tinnitus. That would suck. Merp,
Mark.
merp,
Oh shit.
merp. Merp. Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, here is the White Trash Wannabees interview. We all ready? Good?
Yeah.
Donnie, I don't like how wide your eyes are. I don't like how you're looking at me right now.
I don't like how squinted your eyes are.
Never trust a man you can blind with a shoelace.
I don't like your eyes.
Remember to enunciate, don't you?
Your eyes are
Hey,
beautiful.
the main thing I want to talk about is when you was backing it up on that girl out there on the dance floor.
that black girl?
I don't give a fuck what happens in this interview. It's coming out sometime.
I already posted on my story.
So anyways, this is Casey Bowles with the Texas Meltdown.
We got Norm Cat and Storm Kitty.
Also with the Texas Meltdown with the co-hosts. We got Jay Baker, Donnie Dotson, and Dustin Dotson.
White Trash Wannabees in the house.
Oh, crowd roars. These motherfuckers are awesome. So last night I saw them at Whiskey Myers. And they were like, hey man, you gotta come with us tomorrow. We got 2 shows to do. And I was like, what y'all need to be there? And it was like 11 o'clock. They told me that a couple times. I usually don't show up, but I'm not gonna lie. Usually I gotta leave out too early for me to wake up on a Saturday. And they're like, so I woke up at 9 o'clock and I was like, I'm fucking going to hang out with the White Trash Wannabees today. It's just getting wild. And I have not had an interesting moment since I pulled up to Donnie's house.
Not one interesting moment.
Not one non-interesting moment.
That's totally.
My bad. I'm fucking drunk and
No, that would have made sense to me. Hanging out with Donnie.
no,
Yeah,
man, it's
'cause
been
I'm
the most
bored.
interesting day. We went to.
It's been horrifying. It's not been interesting. It's been horrifying.
It was detrimental. Having
I didn't sit in Donnie's yard forever doing my morning ritual. We're not gonna talk about the morning ritual, but I had fun. And
he rubbed one out
We were
your
at the
driveway.
bar, and everybody there had about 6 joints on their person. Every single person there.
yeah, it was pretty dope.
Not me.
I had a good time.
This is Donnie, not me.
Everybody but Donnie and me.
Or Jay Baker.
I don't know
Smoke
anybody
shit
who
on all
does
them
drugs,
joints.
but if you do drugs, you probably want
It's
to
cool.
go to that
It's cool
biker
with
bar
me.
right over there. That's all I'm
I
saying.
don't do them.
They do
I don't
me.
feel like you'd have to ask any questions either. I feel like you could probably just walk in there and find somebody that just, they look like it, they do it.
I almost got stabbed.
Yeah,
That
Nick,
counts for anything. I was apparently sitting in the aisle, and there was a one-legged man in a prosthetic. He wasn't happy about him having to squeeze through, so he really. See, I got up trying to give him some room, and he actually got rude about it and moved my chair for me.
This was earlier?
Yeah, this was at that biker bar.
for the record, that guy was on my team because me and Nick got into an argument while we was there, and he was like, I done met some motherfuckers. And I'm like, I tell you what, I'll get my one-legged motherfucker bald-headed dude with the tats, like tats on his bald-ass head, and all his friends, and you get all the dudes you met and all their friends, and we'll just have us a good old-fashioned biker rumble. You know?
And you would sit back and watch.
Yeah.
Hanging out
We
with
weren't
White
actually
Trash
planning on
Wannabees,
fighting.
stabbings happen.
Stabbings.
Stabbing.
Most of the time, like
People was
this-
getting dragged behind motorcycles earlier and shit.
Knives and stabbing
They did
weapons.
too. That shit happened.
Yeah, I heard, hey, y'all come outside, they're about to drag Mitch. And I'm thinking, they didn't say drag Mitch, did they?
I thought we were about to have a lynching. Fuck, that's Gladewater, Texas. I
know
thought
what
some
was
racist
going
shit was about to go down. I am fairly certain there was more than one white supremacist there. I don't support it, but I'm pretty sure.
Was that a gold wing that they were dragging him with?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but that
They
bitch
couldn't
is
get track
forward
chips for
was
shit
fine as
though.
hell.
That was an Indian.
I love her, man. That blonde girl right there that just walked up and said "rar," like she's fucking fine.
Why don't you draw her back then?
I have too big of an erection to
Well,
roll.
that dude's with her.
Stop.
This is the most professional interview we've ever had.
I know, this is the best.
I told y'all like we might ask a question and it'll go south. Like I
It was
didn't.
gonna go south real quick.
I literally said might.
We didn't even get a question out, it already went south. He started talking about how this day started that went south.
So speaking of questions, how long have y'all been White Trash Wannabees?
About 10 years now.
10 years. How long has Jay been in the band?
2 years.
2 years. Jay might
How
be
did
the
Jay
most
get
white trash.
initiated? He told us a story about in Kilgore, and y'all have a video on X videos now about Jay getting initiated. Like,
Right.
that's you like.
Oh yeah, with the
Jay's in the motherfucking
we're going viral on a porn site. Yeah, they're about 50, 60,000 views.
Don't search my name on that site. Just search Biker Rally.
Do not search Jay Baker. Don't do that.
Just Biker Rally.
Search Biker Rally.
Xvideos.com and search in Biker Rally.
Biker Rally, you'll find White Trash Wannabees.
And that's like a 20-minute video of the White Trash Wannabees playing on a stage with like 6 girls just like going at it.
To play.
In
There were
between them.
squirters and peers. We don't know which is which.
I'm not sure if that bitch pissed on the other one or not. I don't know. They said it was squirting.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna.
It
We
was
may
slick.
never know.
It was slick, Casey.
I might not ever know. It was
The slip and
slick.
slide on stage.
Yeah.
You almost slide down playing bass.
Donnie did.
Yeah. Whipped cream and mud everywhere.
Whipped cream, mud, and jizz, I guess, all
Maybe
over the
it's
stage.
Jizz? Did you just say jizz?
Female
It's a real
ejaculate.
interview now.
Female ejaculate. Is that what? Okay. We'll go with that.
It's a more proper term to use.
So there was whipped cream and woman cream on the stage.
Women cream. Multiple.
So like we've talked about today and that one time in Kilgore, I've been waiting to ask this question like all fucking day, man. I don't know if anybody listening to this has ever heard of the White Trash Wannabees. I'm sure y'all have heard of them.
We've talked about
and
them
been
before.
somewhere that they were at, and I'm telling you, these motherfuckers are legit. Like they play the best music and draw the best crowd you could ever possibly imagine. But what's like the wildest shit y'all have ever experienced? Like,
On
what-
stage, what's the wildest shit?
That must have been pretty close to it. Like,
If that wasn't it, what else? Like y'all on X videos for that, but what's not on video that like y'all have accomplished?
we've accomplished.
Well, I don't know, because I've only been in 2 years.
Yeah.
Pretty much when Jay got in the band,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
It was
Biggest
the most amazing thing.
Biggest accomplishment. We finally got to play with Jay Baker. The Jay Baker.
Who have you
But,
played for, Jay, other than them?
Mr. J.
The vehicle reason.
Like, yeah, you're the only person in the band that's like played for other people. Like it's always been like Donnie Testis, somebody else. Like, what have you done? Like you played for any famous bands? Like,
I was
you
in
like,
Toadies.
Toadies,
Backseat Suicide.
Nixon's. But those are my side projects. I was in Vehicle Reason, Brannigan, Swamp Water Revival.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
I like Swamp Water Revival.
Escape artist.
Escape Artist.
Give him some love.
So other than sleeping, what do y'all do when you're not fucking playing music?
And we check off a lot. I mean,
Like together or is that like separate?
most of the time.
Most of the time it's together. Okay.
Yeah.
That depends on how late it is.
It's good that y'all are that close of a band though. You know, you don't have bands that are that close anymore. You got like bosses in the band.
Yeah.
At least y'all are jacking off together. Y'all are all friends.
We need shots.
We
pretty tight.
don't sleep.
Pineapple. What?
Hey, I do.
Yeah,
Once
maybe
every 7 days don't count, Jay.
Long blocks.
Oh yeah. 48 hours
You
at
got
a
a
time.
flask?
Oh, no shots. Oh, I thought you was talking about them with their microphones. I was like, damn, it's illegal for microphones?
However, we still have time left for music though.
Hey, we just
Wink, wink.
we
What time
just
y'all
got on break. Dang.
Saturday, so
Okay, we got
Well,
You gotta take
you
it.
gonna stay till 12?
Donnie's got to rest his vocal.
Oh, he didn't.
We rode with him.
Okay, you're gonna stay till 12?
I was planning on it.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll
okay.
play all the way till 12.
That makes a big difference because we stop at 11 and then
Oh,
all the way
Right,
till
dude,
12.
it's a White Trash Wannabees. Like,
No, we still got.
last time we played. Last
Yeah,
time
we'll play all the way till.
that'll be great.
can we play longer?
Oh yeah.
Can you what?
Can we play longer? That's a real question. I'm joking. We got other places to be. We
By
really
law,
don't,
we
but we
have
can
to
buy some
pick
other
up the beer
places.
at midnight.
Fucking, I ain't never been to
Like,
Players
and if
Club
you're
in
not done
Longview.
drinking it, you
I
better
ain't been
drink
to Memphis.
Damn right.
I ain't been to Lone Star Ice House.
More beer.
But if you guys just
I
stay
ain't
till
been to
midnight,
Longview
have
since
at it.
Transfer from Station.
No, we used to
That's a long time
try to
ago.
get 4 hours. I really thought y'all was open till 1. I'm
Graham
sorry.
was a long time.
But this is only our second time here, but I'm gonna play you as much music as
Thank
you want. As much music you want. Sure. If you want to buy.
Well, I guess y'all about to go on stage.
We're
again.
gonna have to get up there and play, I guess.
Fucking A, dude. I'm ready
Yeah.
for it.
I think we need to continue this at a later date. Can we do this like privately?
Yeah, we
With
can
our shirts
too.
off?
Yeah, with our shirts off. Yeah, I'm not gonna take my. I'll unbutton my shirt, but I won't.
Let's go do some drugs.